So Kanye's been performing at the SoFi Stadium for about 2 nights now. He did April 1st and April 3rd. And I'm watching the videos and I'm getting FOMO because I really want to be there. He brought out Lauryn Hill to perform. He brought out Lauryn Hill to perform All Falls Down. And she performed some of her songs, and I see that they're in the studio together. I want to be in LA. I want to go to those concerts. But with that being said, it'd be hypocritical of me to be a fan of Kanye and not question, how is he still here? At what status is somebody just above redemption or rehabilitation? Because in this country, we believe in the system of rehabilitation. That's the jail system. I'm not saying he has to go to jail, but we believe in the system of rehabilitation, meaning you got to sit down for some time before you can be let back into society. It seems that he went on a spree of tweets, and the time where he had to lay down was the creation of his album. And he was still putting out AI music, and he was still performing in Asia. He never really had a time where he sat down for real. There have been times where he was quiet, I guess, if you want to call it as that. But he issued an apology, which Kanye has done multiple times. And this video isn't necessarily about Kanye. It's mainly about at what level is somebody above retribution, or does it not matter? Because I'll take a look at the case of Tookie Williams, the creator of the Crips in LA. And I remember Vince Staples, somebody who's well organized in LA politics, that he can't be let out because it gives off the perception of, oh, I could start a gang and still be let free. And he got put capital punishment. He could never get out. So that tells me in this country, you can do enough wrong to the point where you cannot be let out. At what point is it just we just gonna keep siding with him because he's Kanye West? Are we gonna keep siding with him because he's Kanye West, or are we gonna actually look at him like as a human being and say, no, this human being is messed up? And if we're really speaking honest, he needs to go sit down. He needs to go lay down for a year where we don't hear nothing from him. He's spending time with his kids. He's with his wife. He's just away from all the things that make him Kanye West, at least to the public. Because it's tweets, Asia shows sporadically, rumblings of music, album. And I'd be hypocritical. I listened to Bully. I remember when Bully dropped. The day it dropped, a couple hours later, I heard it. So I'm not saying this as somebody who's trying to be above. I heard that. I'm watching these shows. I remember when he was doing the run in Asia. I watched all of them. So I was there when he was doing this stuff. It didn't click to me now. He never sat down for any of this time. Like, I'm seeing him progress, and he ain't sitting down for none of this. I'm just watching clips and clips of him performing and just being seen here, here, and here. When are we just gonna be like, he need to go, he need to spend time away from the internet? Exactly what he did after the whole Taylor Swift thing. Just disappear. To disappear and go and then come back. Because then people will say, oh yeah, he was right. Right about what exactly? Right about what exactly? Because to be frank, and not to be the morality police, but if we're agreeing what Kanye West said on Twitter when he was going through a manic episode, we need to have a sit down conversation about the morality of the people that tend to side with people who are celebrities and we love and cherish, but are going through hard times. If you agree with Kanye West during those times, we need to side eye you. And the people who say he was right about everything, we need to side eye you double. Because if that's the case, then all the anti-Semitic things, including his open arms policy to fascism. If you agree with all of that, we need to look at you sideways. We do. Again, this is coming from somebody who's listened to the music, who listen to Bully, who's watching these shows going on. I've seen them. I might not seen them fully, but I've seen them. So I'm not saying this as somebody who's trying to be above. I'm still actively tuning in. But I gotta question myself. When will I give him the time to sit down? Because it's people like me who keep engaging with him that makes it feel like it's okay for him to keep doing this. You would think after the first time the world shunned him for what he did to Taylor Swift, he'd sit down and remember that. But then again, he's Kanye West. He gave us good music. So we was like, all right, that's cool. Then he did it again. Then he did it again. And now he's on like what, his 8th time? When will we finally say, you know what? Hmm, we gotta let him sit down. And this is mainly speaking to me. When will he cross the line and be like, I can't listen to him no more? And you can't separate the art from the artist, because to listen to Kanye's art, you have to picture him as a person, the person creating the art. You cannot separate the art from the artist with Kanye West, because the art he makes is a visual, is a sonic representation, an image of who he actually is. So when he dropped the H8 song, that's what he was thinking during that time.